going on? What's going on, honey? It is I, Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills, and today we are here for Moneymakers Media. Yes, Moneymakers Media is such a dynamic show because I get to share my members of the Moneymakers Club, honey. And today is no different. I'm super excited for our guest. And she is going to be talking about some magnificent things, y'all. She is such a blessing to know. We got to spend time together in the green room before we were waiting to go on air. And we just had a great conversation about different things happening in the world. So I'm just telling you, Moneymakers Media and the Moneymakers Club is the place to be, honey. And so today I was like, what topic would I like to discuss? And that was that of rest. I have been talking more and more and more about rest, and I want to share with you what rest is and why it's key to your business. So we know, what rest is, right? We know that when you take time off of work or take time off your business, you are supposed to rest, right? But even biblically speaking, the Sabbath day or the day of rest is set apart for you to honor God. Just like we honor God in our money, we need to honor God in our life too, so that we give back to Him what He has poured into us. And we can't just go full force all the time. That is not how that works, honey. We got to replenish, we got to rejuvenate, and we got to just rest. Like the whole thing means to do it again. So when we rejuvenate, we get juvenated again. And when we replenish, we get plenished again. And so we got to make sure that we are doing it because we are finite beings, meaning that there is a date and an end to our lives. And we cannot help that process along by running ourselves in the ground, honey. We got to get the things we need. And that comes with mental, physical, spiritual, emotional rest. We got to make sure that we're not taking different things in. And so what I know for sure is that I am making a very concrete effort to work 3 days a week. We are keeping that in prayer. Work 3 days a week. So you'll see me on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And even when there are different things going on outside of that, because we'll have to change. I still have to get those times in to rest, because if there's something I have to do, like our upcoming No More Hidden Figures, then I won't be able to necessarily have those weekend days off. So I gotta make sure that I am putting into practice what it is, and I'm still getting my rest. And when we have the bridge, we have to make sure that we are giving, which all events that the Moneymakers Club knows about. If you want to be a moneymaker and get your life together, honey, go to IamAmoneymaker.com. But when we have the bridge, I have to make sure that either I have a staff member there for me, or I put a different day, but for myself to rest. So we got to make sure we can't just go and go and go and go, because that's stressful. And so one of the things I want to talk about here is this article I found in Entrepreneur magazine. Again, Entrepreneur magazine, and it's entitled "Why Rest is the Secret to Entrepreneurial Success." This byline is "The Surprising Power of Downtime. Here's why the most successful founders work the least." Yes, not the most, honey, the least. So let's talk about this. And this is by Attican Tank. And I love what he said right here. He said, cheetahs are the world's fastest land mammal. These feline sprinters can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds flat. Explosive speed enables them to take down an antelope, but when they're not hunting, cheetahs expend as little energy as possible. Let me read that again. When they are not hunting, aka working, they expend as little energy as possible. In fact, researchers found that cheetahs burn about 2,000 calories per day, the same as the average sized man. And then it says, I guess both humans and cheetahs rest a lot to offset high energy activities. So for me, I gotta rest because my energy stays at an all-time high. So if I don't replenish that stuff or offset it, then I am going to always be at a deficit. And it says cheetahs work hard to capture their prey, but they quickly compensate for each burst by hiding, waiting, and resting. So you work, but then you have to come back and rest. Why? Because scientists say, I think it's equals law of motion. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? So that is taking it to that step. And I don't plan to be a scientist, nor do I play one on this Moneymakers Media. So don't hold me to it. Those facts aren't right. But you could Google it, and I do believe says that. Clearly, they don't have startups to run, but I can't help but draw a parallel between these big cats and modern founders, is what this says. And we got to look at just, you might not be able to take 3, 4, 5 days off work, but what you might want to do is to chunk it up. So instead of working all day, you have a stop point and you make it a hard stop or something like that. But you have got to get rest inside of your body. You can't just keep going because you are not a machine. That is why corporations want to hire machines. Why? Because they don't have to go to the bathroom. They don't have to get sick. They don't have any of these things. They go. But for you, as an employee, and even for yourself as an entrepreneur, you have to make sure that you have rest time, bathroom time, lunch time. In fact, it's against the law if you do not have these times. So that's why it is called the rest, because they know you can't just work all day long. And so, let's see, in that it helps you to have time for reflection. So if you're able to, I think it was saying, Bill Gates takes time to have like thinking weeks just to think and get these brilliant ideas, because if you're always in production mode, then you don't have time to think. You don't have time to have something to draw upon. So you got to make sure that you are doing different things in which you are just taking it to the next level. And so you have to, and myself included, because I used to not like the rest. But I know as I'm getting older and I know as I'm getting wiser that rest is something that we got to do. It is non-negotiable if you want to be successful. But if you don't want to be successful, of course, you don't have to practice the practices. And I know that, it has something to do with longevity too, that rest is there. And it this talks about physical transformation. And I'm going to go over the Inc. magazine's 12 ways real quick, and then we'll bring on Miss Brenda. But why? 12 ways, 12 scientific reasons rest works, right? So we're going to talk about that real quick. And so one is time out to reduce stress. And I know something about stress, my love. So I take my time out to reduce stress. 2, time out gives you a chance to move, because when you're working, most of us, we're working from a digital place, so we're always sitting down, or we're always having our thumbs and our eyes and everything in the phones. 3, completely divesting from your work on a regular basis reduces inflammation and the risk of heart disease. 4, getting away from work boosts your immune system. So if you feel like you're getting sick all the time, it's time to rest. 5, speaking of sleep, you'll do it better during time out of work. Time off helps sleep disrupting habits like checking your cell phone before bed, which I need to become a better steward of. 6, your active time off adds years to your life. That's how I'm about to be 42, looking like I'm about 21, child. And we're not even going to talk about Miss Brenda, because she can tell you about that. She's beautiful. So, 7, taking regular time away from work restores mental energy so you could think clearly. And so, let's see. 8, when you take out time for yourself, you're more creative. You see how this helps your business? So you can have those stellar marketing campaigns and different things. 9, you're also more productive when you take time out from work. That is one that we think is counterintuitive, that we got to work so we could be more productive. No. It says data from the OECD shows that working more hours means less productivity. The most productive countries are Germany and France. each mandating more than 30 days of vacation. Workers in the U.S. with no laws requiring paid time off are the third most productive, and only about 25% of Americans take their full allotment of vacation time. 10. You'll focus better at work if you take your weekly rejuvenation time. 11. Your day off improves short-term memory. So if you feel like you're forgetting a whole lot, take some time off. Can't, trying to remember stuff and you forget mid-sentence, take some time off. 12. With regular time away from work, you might even love your job or business again. So that's what I have right now. What we're about to do is to ask Miss Brenda Sawyer to come on to our platform so that we can have a quick conversation with her. Hello. I think you're Sam. Hold on one second. She's coming.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay. Hi everybody. How are you?
Good. So go ahead and introduce yourself and then we'll get into the discussion.
Yes, hi, I'm Brenda Sawyer, and I am a retired school teacher of about now 10 years, taught almost 30. And I am also an author of Encouraging Words for the Mind, Spirit, and Soul. I am also a speaker and the founder and CEO of Girls Walking with Integrity, Empowering for Destiny, which encourages, empowers, and transforms the lives of Christian women through biblical teaching and principles. So that's basically who I am.
Awesome. Yay. And she is bilingual, y'all, trilingual. How many languages do you speak?
Actually speaking, but when I was teaching, I did learn a little Russian, and that's a hard language. So I've learned a little Russian because being from New York, you always heard that it was like a melting pot. So you always heard different languages in your in your area, in your city. So I always wanted to speak something. So I learned a little bit of Russian, but I did teach Spanish for like 13 years. Yeah, after school I taught that, and I wrote my book in Spanish. Well, I had help anyway, because it's hard with it's kind of hard with the idioms, because it's not like word for word. And the way we think when we hear Spanish, we're trying to think every little word in English, but a lot of them have idioms. So that's how we think, and that's how they think too. The same way when they're listening to English, they're thinking, yeah. So, but it was good, So I'd say a little bit of, like, I know, like, do svidaniya means goodbye. Do svidaniya and spasiba means thank you. And kushats means to eat in Russian. So I love the language. And I used to tell my kids, I said, can you please teach me this language? And I said, okay, Miss Sawyer, it's over the alphabet. So I had to start and learn from the beginning. I said, I will come down to your level and learn. Yeah.
Awesome. And I believe school is never out for the pro. So that's a lifelong lesson. The second thing I want to talk about is this message of rest. So you were able to hear, and I want to just get your thoughts about what is rest and how important do you feel it is to life and business?
I think rest is extremely important for your overall being, especially in business, because you're always running. This is the world requires us to run, do. So I find de-stressing my life, not being around toxic people, not being on the phone with toxic people, and I basically try to get my rest. I mean, I don't need a lot because I'm older, so I don't really need like 8 hours, but I do need, at least about 5 to 6. I can function on that because I'm a night owl. I've been a night owl for a while, but we do require rest in order for our brains to function, in order for us to, be more successful in business. We have to rest. I do believe that.
Yes. So, one of the questions I have for you is about the Moneymakers Club and your experience with that. How's that been so far?
I think it's been great because it's been stretching me. I like to use that word, stretching and shifting me, because I'm kind of like behind the scenes, and I don't mind because I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? People say, oh, you need to be out there. My parents always used to push me out there in front when I was like yay high. You've got to do this, you've got to do that. So I'm like kind of like, okay, really? So I'm still out there, but I would still like to be now behind the scenes. But that's okay. So now I feel that I'm being stretched now. I can, get on a few videos and talk, and I mean, it's a great platform that you have for the young people. the Money Makers Club. It's an excellent platform, especially for me, because as I said, it's stretching me and giving me some, challenges. I feel it's a stretch. And, it's a good thing.
Awesome, awesome. So we got people from 72 young and all the way.
Well, I'm not 72 yet. I'm not 72 yet. I'll be 72 in 4 more months in December. On December 16th, I will be 72.
I think we have a little bit more senior members than yourself, believe it or not.
Oh, okay. All right. That's beautiful. That's a wonderful thing. It
I
is.
love seasoned people because
Yeah.
I feel like seasoned people, you live life. You
Yeah.
live life, and you can
Mhm.
tell us, and I think
Oh, yeah.
really what coaching and all these different things, really when you sit people down, you wisdom is the principal thing.
Yeah, it
And
is.
so there's certain things that I want to know, like,
Mhm.
I'm always, even though, it's something that I found it, I'm always in that school is
Yeah.
never out for the pro mode because I know I don't know everything.
No, we don't. We definitely don't. Neither do I. No, I learned a lot from my students. But I like to de-stress, like go get a pedicure or manicure, whatever, you want to do. So I've always, treated myself well, that's just bottom line. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
You should, if you work that hard, you should be able to reward yourself, and that's what I do. I don't limit myself on anything. I make sure, as I said, rest is very important for business and for your relationships in general, for your whole body, the eating properly too, and resting. Those go hand in hand. So,
Absolutely,
very important.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working to get more fruits, well, really vegetables into my life and it does make a difference when you're detoxing those
Yeah.
bad things out of your life. And so one of the things I know my pastor used to say is like, when you work, God rests, and when God works, you rest. And I
That's
always say
true.
I'd rather have God working on my.
True.
Let me
That's
just take a
true.
back seat to this.
Can't do both. That's right. But your skin is beautiful. I mean, you must drink a lot
Thank
of
you.
water because it's really just radiant. Yeah, and you don't really need a
I'm
lot of.
getting there. Well, I'm
Yeah.
getting there. I'm getting there. I have to drink, and thank you.
Yeah.
I think 70 ounces of
Wow.
water
You're
daily.
pretty good.
So
You can tell. It says, when you drink a lot of water, your skin is clear and clear. Yeah, because you don't really need things on your face or anything. It's really clear. So
thank
maybe I should
you.
water.
Praise the Lord.
You'll do a
And
class
rest.
on that. Class.
I've been implementing these things.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I'm about to just ask you to do, and that's to speak from your heart. I believe in the seed of wisdom, so
Mhm.
I'm going to just ask you whatever God has placed on your heart to empower the people, encourage the people, your words. So I want to give a few moments for that before we go ahead and leave for the day.
Well, you have to have a passion. I mean, your passion has to drive you to where you are at this time. My passion is imparting knowledge. My passion is people. Okay, that's my passion. It always has been, and you have to go with your passion. And once you have that passion, you go with it. Then God will work through you in that passion. You have to follow your dreams. As I said, I've always at 5 years old I wanted to be a teacher. I mean, we had teachers in our family, and I was almost being talked out of it, like, oh, you don't want to be a teacher, you want to be a doctor. I'm like, no, I want to be a teacher. So that was my passion. Those goals I tried to follow. So you know passion is what really motivates you and keeps you going, even to now, because I always said I want to be a teacher, but even though I'm retired, I said I still want to be a teacher of many in a different capacity. It doesn't have to be in a little classroom with no air conditioning. That was them, but I don't know how to look back and I don't know how I did that. No air conditioning. It gives me chills. But anyway, yeah. So, but you follow your passion, follow your dreams and your passion, and God will open those doors to manifestation of those dreams and passions that you have. You know, I believe that. I do believe that He will open those doors. Once you have the doors open, just walk through them. Walk through them. You have to walk through them because you have to believe God has sent those to you. Open those doors for you. So, but follow your passion, follow your dreams, follow God first, of course, because He's the one who puts those, desires in your heart. But your passions are what keeps you motivated and keeps you driven. It's a driven thing that you want to do. and I just say follow those. And I think
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to leave us with before we wrap on up?
Well, life is
Okay.
good. Life is good. I mean, life is good, you know. I mean, you know, when you have challenges, you know, you have to, you know, get through them. You do. Everybody has challenges. We all do.
Hmm.
We all go through things. But we know that there's a God that we serve that can do all things through us, who strengthens us. So, you know, you stop for a while. In retrospect, you look back, you see how far God has brought you from, and you say, hey, you know what? I can do this. I can do this because I've been through all those storms, you know, and you can do it. And as I and what you said too, to reiterate, I want wisdom. I want more wisdom because that's what Solomon asked for. He was the richest man in the world, and he asked for wisdom, and that's what I want. I want more wisdom, more discernment, so that I can, you know, be able to move in the places that God wants me to move.
Amen. And I think that comes with rest so that you could get
Yep.
those divine
Oh,
downloads.
yeah.
I
It
think
does.
when you're in the process of always doing, you don't have time to
Mhm.
listen because you're always active minded. And
Exactly.
so the message of today, everybody, has been rest, rest,
Mhm.
rest, 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 rest.
Yeah.
If there's
Yeah.
nothing else, above all else, rest, and then come back and get rejuvenated. And so I am Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills. This has been Brenda Sawyer. Amazing, Brenda
Thank
Sawyer.
you so much.
I love when I get to hang out with you, Miss Brenda.
Thank you
You're
so much
amazing.
for even allowing me to. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Yeah,
You're
thank you so
welcome.
much. You're a bundle of energy and a bundle of joy. I'm like, wow, you know, amazing. And you know, it reflects and it comes back to the people, you know, you're mentoring. So yeah, it's a great thing.
To
Yeah.
God be
To
all the
God be all the
glory.
glory. And we
Yes.
rest in him. We rest
Yes.
in him. We rest in him. Yeah.
Yes. Well,
I
y'all,
appreciate this day. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Make it a great day. Do not have a great day. Make it a great day.
Yep.
Why? Because you,
Yep.
and yes, you too have the power to do so. And if you need me or Miss Brenda, y'all can find us in the
Please,
Moneymakers Club. You know what I
please
mean?
check us out.
We are right
Mhm.
up in the Moneymakers Club.
Mhm.
Go to IamAMoneymaker.com and you can connect with us. Hugs and
Yes,
love,
ma'am.
everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. Love you all. God bless you. Bye bye.